Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I will discuss about the stress that students often experience. But before getting into the material, I will introduce myself. Yeah. Well, this is my personal data. My name is Yuvita Anggraeni Amor, born in Garut and comes from the chemistry department. Okay, let's get straight to the material. Now, now as you can see in the PowerPoint, today I will discuss four things related to stress. In discussing this topic, of course, we must know what is the definition of stress. Stress is a non-specific response from the body to all demands, both positive and negative responses. Nah, stress is an individual response to a stressor. Nah, stressor is a stimulus both external and internal which has the potential to cause stress. Stressors are divided into several categories, namely life events, chronic stressors, and daily hassles. Now, stress is divided into namely eustress and distress. Nah, from the previous discussion, there are three types of stressor, namely life events, chronic stressor, daily hassles, and life events are a type of stressor that comes from even occurred, discrete, observable ones that require adjustment within a short period of time. For example, after childbirth or divorce. The second is chronic stressors. Chronic stressor is a type of stressor that comes from an event, problem, or conflict that lasts for a long time, which results in the need for adjustment for a long time. For example, is disability or poverty. And the last one is daily hassles. Daily hassles are a type of stressor that require minor adjustment throughout the day. For example, is traffic jams. Nah, then how can stress arise? What causes it? There are four causes of stress. The first is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal is a stressor that comes from within the individual himself. For example, financial difficulties, changes in eating or sleeping habits, and decreased health. And the second is interpersonal. Interpersonal is a stressor that results from relationship with other people, for example, conflict with friends, parents, or girlfriends. And the third is academic. Academic is a stressor related to lecture activities and the problems that follow. For example, for a poor test scores, large assignment, and difficult subject matter. And the last is environment. Environment is a stressor that comes from the surrounding environment other than academic. For example, lack of vacation time, traffic jams, and uncomfortable living environments. Nah, the causes of stress that often occur students. Nah, 25.2% of students experience due to the environment. The stress that comes from the environment is mostly caused by problems in the organization that is being followed. In organization, stress arises because of the busy and time-consuming organizational agenda and the time-limited tasks of the organization. The second is interpersonal. Most of the interpersonal problems come from conflicts with lovers. Other things that trigger stress at this source are conflicts with friends, separation for girlfriends, friends, and family, conflicts with family, and misunderstandings. Nah, the third is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal, students who experience stress on the source mostly experience problems with finances and the existence of responsibilities in the campus organization. Nah, last is academic. Academic stress is largely due to the large number of assignments that are already there even in the early weeks of college. Other things that trigger stress on this source are difficulty understanding courses, problematic study plans, busy class schedules, and poor grades. Nah, impact of stress. In physical aspect, include sleep disturbances, increased heart rate, muscle tension, dizziness and fever, fatigue, and lack of energy. And the second is cognitive aspect. The cognitive aspect is characterized by confusion, forgetfulness, worry, and panic. The third is emotional aspect. On the emotional aspect, the impact of stress includes being irritable, frustrated, and feeling helpless. And the last one is behavioral aspect. On the behavioral aspect, stress has an impact on the loss of desire to socialize, the tendency to want to be alone, the desire to avoid others, and the emergency of laziness. Uh, Maybe thank you for your attention. If there is a word wrong, I apologize. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.